Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
I thought that's what we was doing all this hard work. Trying to get it together. We still like we're gonna laugh and giggle amongst ourselves for like 15 minutes just so you're right, get tap in. But yeah, because I also have to set this up to record for the podcast. I can't believe I really started 6:05. Like I did good though. Yeah, considering the day. I'm shaky because I haven't eaten since lunch. And when your metabolism it's really fast, you can't do that. You can't do that.
Hello, everyone. Been chiming in and just say hey so we know what you're here.
Hey,
So,
I mean, you two here. Like, because we can't always agree with people's saying. Well, we can see that pretty clear.
It's usually the way.
I need a blow dryer to off. Hold on.
I'm gonna watch it anyway.
Hello, everyone. If you're checking in, just say hey so we can see you.
You're almost there, too. I'm sorry. I thought I told y'all. Did I? And you probably forgot.
I think I did see it.
I should have reminded y'all next time, because I know y'all have to do work. Try to walk over there first.
You gotta need to play some music or
You
something.
got the glue on your? I mean, you need to
Y'all
go.
think I need to
I'm
go.
just saying, I think you're done. Or if you got 1 or 2 more tracks, don't even worry about it. I just wait. You go ahead and finish them.
No, see, I'm gonna need the blow dryer no more.
Oh, okay, you good. Oh yeah, and that one on
Just
too.
waiting on people to chime in so we can get started. In the meantime, play some music.
Yeah. Do I climb over here or I might fuck everything up. I'm gonna pass you. Oh, see, crazy.
It's so funny because I'm watching it live and it's like seconds behind. Like you just now sitting down.
So they don't mute your shit because you got music playing in the background?
Yeah. Like one time I had playing, it wasn't playing that loud in the background. And
Cause guess what we're doing with this?
I had it playing on a big old speaker. Okay.
But what we're gonna do with this footage is take pieces of it and
See, I told y'all this second
use it for
Oh, yeah,
alchemy
they're
agency.
not gonna- They're gonna let you on.
You gotta I'm gonna set you up before you leave too. Yeah, yeah. We'll talk about it. Public figure page, so you can pay for your videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta do that. But that's why I don't need no background music so that we can legit use anything. Cause okay, so usually I start like well, last time I talked to God and like all day I've been like, God, whatever you need me to say, that's what I want to say. And I meant to like kind of pray before I got on here, like on purpose, but little prayers work. I'm out of breath, y'all. So I did not plan on having anything to do today but this. But I started a job like yesterday in real life. And I got off at 4 today. It took like 30 minutes for me to get home. 30 to here. Got home. Got the stuff. It was kind of crazy, but I made it. I couldn't just say, "Oh, I'm not doing it," because what type of coach says, "Hey, I quit"? You can't quit when you're the coach.
Right.
So I'm here with my dog. My support right now because I've just been out of breath and crazy since I got out the car, like literally trying to set up what corner do I want to do it in because what I thought I wanted to set up wasn't where, it looked good or anything. But we're here now, thank the Lord. And I got some stuff I wanted to help you guys with and talk about. Are we at 6:15 yet?
6:09.
6:09, we're gonna wait a few more minutes. How y'all feeling? Anybody, y'all? So I need you guys to talk back. Say something because I get weirded out when it feels like silence, right? That's why you never see me on live a lot by myself.
Right.
That's why it's taking so long for me to do a podcast because I need comfort. I need real life.
Me too. Me too.
So yeah. So y'all come on, talk.
Like you talking to yourself.
So what I need is for this. Is this on? Hold on. The light on? The light's on.
Yeah, it's on.
Checking one. Hold on. Let me make sure this is recording right, y'all. Give me a sec. Hey, Auntie. Hey, Auntie.
Hey, Auntie.
Auntie take break. What's up, baby? Okay, let's see. Take me out to dinner. So my Facebook friends, y'all get to see the shit in real time because I'm editing stuff. Like I'm cut this beginning out. How does it sound? Is that clear? Yeah, that's clear enough. Okay. Boom. It was like $40 or $50 at Target.
Oh, it's
Target shade. No, I didn't. It was $10 cheap on Amazon, but I was so turned that day. I just spent that $10. I'm so crazy. Yeah. But the way that God is working in my life right now, I have to share it. I have to motivate people to talk to God, to trust themselves, to know the God in them, because that's literally how I'm living the life that I dreamed of. And I'm working on living the life the little girl in me dreamed of. She wanted to be, well, she knew she was an author. She was a poet in kindergarten. Like, she used to draw clothes and shoes and design all that. So now that I've done this, I'm gonna try that. Cause I mean, it got me here, but you know, God gonna take you further. So I'm trying to see what that's like. Okay. No, I'm trying to see what that's like. Especially, did y'all watch Kanye? What's up, Blue? What up, Blue Dog? And hello, Sherman. Hi, Raven.
Hi, Raven girl.
My hand's sweaty. Arm spaghetti. Knees weak. What did it say? No, wait. Y'all, I'm so corny. What did the song say?
I don't even know what you're trying
My
to
palms are sweaty. It's the Eminem song. Lose yourself in the music, you know. But my palms really are sweaty.
You know it.
Yeah, I got a song for every song reference and everything.
Me too. Me too.
Hi, Brittany. I was hoping you'd be here tonight. What's up, food?
What y'all talking about?
Okay, we're gonna talk about the life hack that is knowing how powerful you are. The life hack that is I am. How you can trick yourself into a messed up life by saying I'm sick of this shit. I am this and I am that, saying the wrong things. So I want everybody to get a pen and paper or get your phone out to take these 3 notes down right now, or just take some notes. Don't judge me. I'm glad you don't know who can see this. Because look at, first of all, I'm doing my gesture work here, right? And then I have my questions here.
No, we can see it.
Then I have a few things. It's okay, I don't care.
I'm like, no,
I don't
can
care.
see it.
I'm a dork, and I have, you know, some things that I would want to say. So first of all, I need y'all to write this first question down. Who am I? Question number 1. Don't need to answer it by the end of this. I just want you to be thinking about these things. Number 2 is, who do I want to be? And then number 3 is, what's standing in the way of, you know, standing between me, you know, point A and point B. So that's where we're gonna work on. Okay?
This should be interesting.
You said it should be interesting. Y'all, I'm so hungry. I got food on the way, so I'm eating on camera and everything. But these are the questions. Like, even if that was all I said, now everybody's thinking, like, what the fuck? Who am I? Am I who I want to be? Is that the same person? Like, so what? That in itself. Take that. If that's all you want to take. But first of all, I know most people. Turn that down because I can hear it. You can mute it. Sorry. The most thing that we all have in common, that stand between who we are and who we want to be, is, I bet you can guess it.
The thing that's standing
Mm-hmm. The most common thing that stands between who you are and who you would like to be.
your mind.
It's fear. It's fear. The most common thing. I guarantee if everybody on here makes a list of things, being scared is deep down in there. You might not want to admit it, but it's on there. And sometimes we're not even scared of what could go wrong. Sometimes we're scared of what could go right. Sometimes what could go right is a lot scarier than what could go wrong for some of us, because a lot of us are used to dysfunction because of this wicked world we grew up in. So being great, it can be scary too. Okay. Did you try to work over there? Yeah, so I was telling my coworkers today, my new coworkers, what I was working on, because I'm like, I'm not even supposed, I didn't plan on being here today. You're always where you're supposed to be. I'm a firm believer in that. But I was like, I'm supposed to be working on my class today, so y'all give me some pointers, right? What, like, give me some advice. Kayana. I can hear you. It's okay. I know you forget. What was that?
Some pointers.
On which one? Oh yeah. So my coworkers give me some pointers. So I was telling them my 3 questions that I was gonna ask and how fear was like the common denominator. Yeah, a lot of people not ready for heavy conversations. They stay at the surface level conversation makes you comfortable. But I'm not here for surface level conversations. Even though I would love to be.
Right.
God didn't make me for that. I want to be. No bullshit, right? You too, right?
Right.
He didn't make us for that.
Nobody never ready for a conversation like this. It is what it is, though. Like, you can't be ready for a conversation like it. Just gotta hit you. You just gotta be like, you know what? It is what it is. It's like a stick up. Like
It's a stick up.
Yeah. Like when it comes to conversation.
But just like a stick up, you won't be the same after.
Right.
So,
right.
And that's the whole synopsis of alchemy with A to Z. Alchemy is basically making it to making it better, making something out of nothing, taking whatever it is and putting it at its highest self. So like I started with beauty, like just making people look a little prettier. But I've realized over the years, and especially since I can't do it now, that I've nourished people's mental way more than just getting their hair done. So you got to understand like the power of your words and your thoughts and who you are and the energy you give off. Big time.
Right.
So anyway, I asked them like, give me some stuff, right? And I told them the 3 things and how fear stands in the way for most people. And the first guy said, oh, easy. He said, God will not have his works made and manifested by cowards. Ooh, when he said that, it hurt me. But it hyped me up too, because I ain't no punk bitch.
Right. I
ain't no punk bitch. So and that told me that you have to be brave to walk who God intended for you to be. You have to be brave to walk that path. And I know it's a lot of people who have issues with God and religion and the church and all that. I suggest you create your own relationship with God first and foremost. That's like the root of all of it. Because if you don't know who I am, who you are, there's nothing else can be done from there. There's a scripture that says, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. And I'm not really here to have church, but I like certain scriptures. They motivate me. There's a couple of scriptures I don't agree with. I didn't believe in God at one point. So I'm not here to say, oh, I'm not thumping the Bible at you. I'm saying I didn't believe in God one time, and life was hard and shit, and I didn't feel love. I was trying to figure out what love was, and it literally took me stripping down religions and what everybody taught me to say, hey God, what's up? For me to actually build my own relationship and see that no, God is good. God is love. God is love. And if you tap into that and you know that you're love, you're made in the image of him. How is God your father? I say this and I probably say this a million times. How did God create us? How is he our father and we're not part God? It just, you're magical. Look at all the things that have happened to you that you spoke up. Good, bad, and ugly. That you said. But you don't realize that you have that power. When you realize you have that power and you harness it, you say, okay, I'm going to be intentional about what I say. I'm going to be intentional about what I do. I'm going to be intentional about the life I want to live. And when it gets hard, I'm going to keep going. And I'm going to, But the thing about it is, when it's something you love, it don't matter that it gets hard, you keep going. If it's something you want, it don't matter how long it take to get there. You're going to keep going.
Right.
The time's going to pass anyway. Right?
Right.
The time's going to pass anyway. So that God will not have his works made and manifested by cowards. Give you strength. Like, think about all the people who have done things that are miraculous. Name them. The first one comes to mind is Kanye. I don't know if you watched this documentary last night, but Kanye and God are like this. Don't know about Kanye and Kim, but since day one, he's been talking about Jesus walking with him. He so apparently he's living a life that he wants to live because he has a relationship with God. Whether you agree with it or not, you think he's crazy or not, his relationship with God allows him to live the life that he would like to. Right. Can't be too crazy. You gotta have some kind of sense to run $1 billion up. Do you know how to run $1 billion up?
But usually the ones who are crazy or
Look,
are
right.
We were all once crazy, so yeah.
I always say there's a thin line between genius
right.
and insanity.
It really is.
And you just don't know. And he lost his mom. I have to say that. If your mom's still living, you have no clue what it's like. to be in a world without the only person who might believe in you. Imagine that. No, for real, imagine that. If you still got your mom, I guarantee you, you won't. You refuse to, not for 1 second, because it hurts, right? So how dare you judge somebody out here without guidance? That's just, I just had to throw that out there. Yeah, but so I told another coworker about the synopsis and things, and she said sometimes fear is your only courage. She said Bob Marley said that. He said that you should not be afraid to be afraid. You should use it to your advantage to make a move.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's real good, because I'm like, damn, she's right. Because you could be scared to lose. That's me. I'm scared to lose. And a lot of people don't know the only way you're a loser is when you accept defeat.
Right.
So as long as you keep going, as long as you keep trying, you're fucking winning. It's only when you give up.
That's why I say failure is an option, but to fail, that's not an option.
No,
Fail.
right? Failure is an option, but to fail, it won't. No, so you literally, if you change the way you think, you change the way you live. I don't give a damn what you've been through, where literally you focus forward. You have your mind on other things, positive things. You stop fucking over people, because karma is real. Like, good things come back to you in real life, right?
Right.
We living nice, y'all. Like, literally, like. And another thing I wanted to say too, I want people to know, is entrepreneurs, we work behind the scenes. I'm an adjuster as well, you guys. I don't just own a boutique in a barbershop. We work behind the scenes, because sometimes somebody might not have their booth rent. Sometimes the light bill might be a little higher than last month. Sometimes you don't have people in the chairs. So guess who has to take up all that slack? The boss. Right? So, but I'm humble enough to say I will go work. I'm gonna go work for somebody else. I'm not gonna lose my business because I ain't working for nobody else. That's silly. But a lot of people think they have to quit their jobs to run their business. No, you don't. You use the job.
They money to pay for my business.
Hello, and there's so many girls. There's so many.
Business.
There's so many boutiques and stores and people in Mobile, big businesses, and not just Mobile, all around the world, who fund it through adjusting in other
I
jobs.
go work on these jobs. They don't know nothing about my other business, because when
They
know
know
that
about
you got
mine.
stuff going on.
I don't care about anything.
Yeah, but like some of these jobs you go on, they like when they know that you got other stuff going on.
They don't wanna.
They was just like she thinks she
don't need
it.
here,
Like
yeah.
they'll lay you out quicker than they'll lay somebody else out that like fresh out of.
That's
school
true. If they're
or
like,
something
oh,
like
damn,
that,
she
you know.
don't even need it.
Right, like, she
so,
just
yeah, so you don't
money, like,
initially
you know.
go in telling them what you got going. But, I mean,
When you start building relationships, that's cool. But
the
like,
truth
when I come
will
here-
set you free is real. Like, my child keeps calling me. So what I'm going to do, call in it for me. I was going to give you the house number on here, but I want you to come look. Well, you can't come look.
Can you put this in the sink when you do?
I'm over here though. She got a bowl of noodles.
Yeah, put it on here. Yeah.
I said, I'm over here. She got a bowl of noodles. She was like,
Yeah, sorry about that. My baby's calling. But, what were we with it? No, well, yeah. You were saying you don't tell everybody what you got going on.
Yeah,
Because you
not off the top.
not off top.
I see your reminder to cash out.
Okay. Yeah, I got you, baby.
Don't forget this dot.
I'm going to try not to. But if I do, don't hold it against me.
No, I'm gonna remind you.
You going to remind
You
me?
ain't even down count.
Oh, yeah. See, I'm finna get me a little food. I'm gonna be alright. Do I have anything to drink?
Yeah.
This is real life, guys.
After you
Would you
got
like
this-
any?
I'm good, girl. On my way, I had a plate.
Let her
I had
finish
some
that
chicken,
water.
some corn.
Oh, I do have water.
I was driving.
Let her
Okay, so
finish-
you're
let her
gonna
finish that water.
take up
We
a while
gotta
a
drink
little
it.
bit. What would you say?
What did I say about weight, girl?
What would you say was your biggest obstacle?
Okay, well, somebody asked me that
Hey,
question.
Jelly.
Somebody asked me that question a few weeks ago. My biggest obstacle was overcoming depression when it came to me having a daughter and being a single mom. That was like, the biggest thing for me.
Oh God,
That was literally
you just
my
triggered
biggest
something to me. I'm like, fuck. I think that might have been mine too.
Yeah, it was. When somebody asked me, it was like, you got a question?
Yeah, cause like, how
Okay.
did you overcome it?
It was just to be honest,
It's
like
comfortable
you
without-
literally
yeah.
like you literally have to take that one day at a time. And every day, one day at a time, but you have to wake up every day and choose to be okay.
That part.
Like literally, sometimes making that choice is easy. Some days, sometimes it's hard, but you just have to wake up and just like, I choose to be okay today. Like like today is a good day. Like today's gonna be a good day, and take accountability for your fault in the matter. Like when it comes to me being a single mom, like I played a part in it. Not saying that I played a part in it as far as who I chose as a baby daddy. You know what I'm saying? So
But
taking accountability.
My okay, I get what
Okay.
you're saying. Wrong part. Like my part. How do you take accountability for your like what you did?
Okay, but like for my situation,
I got like 'cause I got a big problem with taking accountability.
And
So I don't want to
you
know.
like for my situation, it's like you knew the type of person that you knew that
You knew
you
who
knew
he
the
was.
person was before you had a child.
Okay, but what
You
if you
getting after
did?
the camera, baby. If you
I'm
did.
sorry. I don't care what nobody say. Red flags.
Red
are down.
flags.
She's like, yes, you did.
Rather-
Bitch,
yeah.
Hold on, time out. When she said, what if you didn't, she laughed at me because she knew it was bullshit.
You avoided them because you was in love. You
She's
know
like,
what
is
I'm
it possible to not know?
Yeah,
No,
like-
we be knowing.
We be knowing, but
We be knowing.
like it's certain red flags, like off the top. You know what I'm saying? You have to like. It'd be the smallest stuff for me at this point because I know if you drop the ball when it comes to the smaller stuff, you'll drop the ball when it comes to the large stuff. So when we date somebody, we avoid the red flags, and I don't, you know, not no more.
Right,
you know,
same here. Not no more.
I don't, you know, and then, but we did, I did in that matter. Well, I kind of did. The situation was kind of funny. It is what it is at this point. But we had a child, and I took accountability for my actions because like I should have been better off with my choices, you know, or whatever. I should have been more intentional about
And
it.
I'm glad you said that because she tricked, like, I'm asking, what's your biggest obstacle? And when she said being a that it triggered something in me. It reminded me when I had my daughter. Her dad got locked up when I was 2 months pregnant, y'all. And he got sentenced to 30 years.
Wow.
Mind you, my dad got killed when I was 3, and they say it was because he was in the street. So my whole thing was, I'm not dealing with a drug dealer or any kind of guy like that because I don't want him to end up dead or child. I don't want to do that to my daughter. So the thing that I feared the most, I used to always worry about it. I
And that's the
attracted
thing
it.
I feel the most because I didn't
I
have
attracted
it,
it, but I attracted it. I should have been focused on other shit. So when it hit me that I had attracted it, like maybe after she was born, because I was so sad and so depressed. I had her 2 months early and everything because I felt like I failed her.
Right.
It wasn't until I said, one day I was tired of myself. I said, bitch, shut up. Like, get a good stepdaddy. Fuck. Like, move on. Get a husband that's a good dad. Like, it'll be okay. He'll get out one day and
that's
life
how you have to
goes
talk to
on.
yourself. You have to talk to yourself like that. You got to be hard on yourself.
But guess what happened after I said that? Like, I'm auditioning. Nigga, you ain't a good daddy. You got to go.
Right.
You don't take care of your kids. You don't claim your kids. You can't be my baby daddy. I'm really looking at niggas like, do I want a son like him? Nah, I can't play like that. But I learned that the hard way too.
Right.
But respect yourself. When your mind tell you some shit, it ain't for nothing. You know better. It all comes down to respecting yourself and how you feel and honoring your feelings because you know better. And I gotta go and put this out there. Like we was talking about being a hoe the other day, right? Like, and I want to say in America, if you sleep with anybody, you're a hoe. So in a sense, they want to label us all hoes. Cool, we hoes, right? So be a choosy hoe. Don't just be any kind of hoe. Because everybody want to be liberated. And everybody want to say fuck who you want to fuck and sleep with who you want to sleep. For sure, 100%. But just know what comes from that. And if you're a hoe with goals, you need to have a specific type of person you fooling with. You can't be fooling with a guy that ain't got goals.
Right.
So do your whole shit if you want to, but it's a way to do everything, sweetheart. But be real with yourself about it. Be real about it if you like sex. If like I have to be in a relationship because I like to have sex. I'm not a single as me is not healthy for me because I might have sex because he's cute. Be real with yourself. If that's how you are, be real with yourself.
Right.
Or maybe I learn to clink or something. Like just be real with yourself. No matter what it is, the truth really will set you free. 120%. People used to be like, "Hey, Joe, you always tell me your business. Bitch, you crazy. Did you really tell them that? You really said that? Yes."
No, they can't run their mouth.
Not for real, but they can. Who cares? Because people envy you when you're beautiful. They think life is easy for you. So I have to say, do you know what? I was born with a birth defect called spinal bifida. I should have been paralyzed or mentally fucking retarded. They have to tell you that for you to see that for you to respect that this ain't just. It didn't just, you're pretty and life is easy. Nah, motherfucker done been through some crazy shit. But I keep it pushing. And what motivated me to keep it pushing is when I found out that great people have been through the same shit I've been through. Like, I thought that I don't want to say God didn't like me, but I got raped. And I'm thinking, like, and this nigga was a pastor's son. So I'm like, damn, it was out of town, Texas somewhere. Don't be looking around Mobile trying to figure out if somebody did that to me. But, I thought I was like less than. I was unimportant. Like, how could God let that happen to me? But the world is wicked. It had nothing to do with God, and it had nothing to do with me. And it took me finding out Oprah had been raped, Gabrielle Union had been raped, and they kept fucking going, and they're still great. And that made me know I can be fucking great. But it also let me know I gotta tell people when I'm great, I went through that shit, so they'll know you can get through that shit. and I'm a walking living testimony. Like, my sister been through some shit, but she's still great. Like, she don't let it stop her. My dog has been through some shit. And it's so essential for us to share what we've been through, because people been through it too, and they think they can't be great because of it. I used to identify with my parents' lack. My parents didn't have, so I felt like I couldn't be great because they weren't great. I didn't know how great they were at the time. Just because they weren't present, I thought they weren't great enough, you know. But my daddy was dead, bro. I'm literally mad at this man because he died. But that's how I was a little girl. And I didn't realize till this past year when I went to his grave for the very first time how hurt I was, and that I was mad at him. And I was holding on to that. And now that I'm 32, the age he was when he was killed, I can see him clearly. He was just a baby. Oh, I don't know nothing. He didn't know nothing at 32. But I'm holding it against him. That's not fair. Y'all gotta know your parents are human too. Now you know he crying.
It's okay. No, it's okay though. Like, it's okay. It's okay. Like, it's okay.
But really, you gotta let that shit go.
You gotta let that out too.
You gotta let that shit go, bro. And it really, like, and I didn't know it. I didn't realize it. It took me getting my fucking birth chart. Like, I'm studying astrology, y'all. I'm studying astrology. I'm just thinking it's cute. I'm gonna find out why I'm so smart and why I won't shut the fuck up. I'll find that out. I got Jupiter. Make everything bigger. It's in communication, right?
No, it's okay.
So there's this asteroid called Chiron, right? And it's the wounded healer. And it's supposed to tell you your deepest wound, which can also be used as your strength. And I'm like, damn, that's deep. So then I find out it's in the place that means that my parents are my deepest wound. I'm like, no. And my sister's like, yes. I'm like, no. And she's like, so, man, I used to talk bad about my mom, belittle her to a choice that she made, to her addiction. My mom was brilliant. She went to college. She studied psychology. She spoke Spanish and English. She was brilliant. She was brilliant. But because life sucks, she wasn't here. Like, I just belittle her to a drug addict. So she'd come up and I'd say that about it. And my sister like chill bitch, right? So after I find out Chiron is my deepest wound and all that shit or whatever, I feel like God talks to us through everything. Signs, people, you seek and you shall find, right? So I'm like, okay, cool, this Chiron shit, whatever. So me and my sister get in the car. One of her clients rides with us, so they hop in the front. I'm in the back. Was I in the back? I don't know, but I had to sit in the middle. But wherever I was, my sister has this picture of my mom in her car, and the picture was looking dead at me. And I looked at it, and mind you, that my parents been gone for a long time, but I don't look at pictures of them, y'all. I don't have pictures in my house, and I didn't realize it until my husband's parents passed away, and I had pictures of them. You don't have pictures of your parents. I never looked at the pictures because it makes it too real. It's like I didn't want to face it. It made me feel some type of way. So this one time I look at the picture, and it's like she kneeled down and said, "Stop being disrespectful." Like she pinched me and said, "Stop being disrespectful." And I was just like, whoa, okay, because she was right. I had been being disrespectful when it came to her. So I'm like, damn, did that just happen? No, my mama didn't say that. I don't talk to dead people. Like, you know, this type of shit. Did I hear that? Because I'm trying to figure out where did this voice come from? What said that? But I had to respect it because I heard it. I heard it. Okay, cool, whatever. A couple of days passed. I'm at my sister's house. And I don't know if you know it or not, but when you sit around people, your body naturally faces who you're interested in. So if you're in a room with a bunch of people and they're facing each other, they swear they don't know each other, they're probably lying. But that's neither here. It's neither here nor there. I'm sitting at my sister's table, but I'm talking to my sister this way. So I'm like, why is my body like this? And I look up and it's a picture of my parents. And I said, I was gonna turn my head because I didn't want to face it. But something said, you just looked at mom, look at your daddy. Because I'm trying to grow up. Face your wounds with us. So I look at my daddy, he said, all the bullshit was true, baby, but love was there. What? What? Because I heard stories and this and that and blah, blah. And I was mad at him. All kinds of shit. So to look at a picture of my daddy and I hear all the bullshit was true. But the love was there. Fuck me all the way up. Because how could I not give him grace? How could I be holding all this against him? Who he could have been, would have been. Because I remember as a little girl, my daddy loved me. He sung with me. He used to comb my hair. He would let me stand on his feet and he danced with me and shit. Like, we listen to reggae. Like, but I let him not being here make me mad at them. Cause all these other girls' daddy here, they getting cars and shit. Their daddy's here. Nigga, you left me, but he didn't mean it. It's this world. It has nothing to do with it. He didn't mean to do that. And he didn't leave me empty-handed. Aja means one in a million. Zubeda means best in beauty. It means cream of the crop, best of the best. He didn't leave me empty-handed. He named me something so powerful. I'm gonna be able to feed people. Y'all don't even know. Y'all know what I'm gonna be able to do off this name. Do you know how powerful that is? Like, y'all know my siblings. My daddy left me a whole videographer, a whole graphic designer, my favorite artist. I listen to great music, quality music every fucking day that motivates me to be great because my dad birthed the son right after me. Like, so while I thought growing up, my parents ain't leave me nothing, they left me, oh my God.
$1 million siblings.
$1 million siblings, $1 billion siblings. So like your perspective, the way you choose to view things can literally make or break you for the rest of your life. From all night long. It could break you all night long, the way you decide to look at shit. All week long, all month long, all year long. You've been depressed 2-3 years because you've been focused on the wrong fucking shit. Take your power back. Take your fucking power back. Do you know who you are, God's child? Like, for real. You took your power back. How does shit feel, friend?
Feel good. You can't tell me that.
And let me tell you how God works. Let me tell you, her finding her confidence and saying, I'm a life coach. She made me remember I wanted to be a life coach once upon a time.
Right.
But my life went
in. And when you said it, I was like, girl, I'm so glad you said that because that's all I see. Like, when I see you, like, posting stuff, I was like, she really can be a help. So she was like, I'm gonna do it. I was like, that's
but
right.
See, it get deeper than that. One day she said something, I was saying how proud of her I was. She said something about, tell them what she said about how you...
At school.
Yeah, how I used to let her follow. She said she used to follow me around.
I was the to school, and I used to want to be one of the big kids so bad. So when I got out of school, I used to go right to the BT every day, and I used to come find her every single day. I used to come find her, and this one day. I got some dirt for her. I ain't gonna run the dirt. But
no, we ain't gonna run the dirt.
I was like, oh my God, I just gotta be saying, I got some dirt. Cause it made me feel like a big kid when I had this dirt come tell you. So I used to follow her around like a little puppy.
That part. So she said that on social media. I was saying how proud of her I am, and her response was, oh my God, I used to follow you around. Do you know what that did to me? I'm like, this said that about me? Okay, God, then you telling me that I'm somebody. For real, you gotta understand. I know I'm somebody. Don't get it twisted, always. But you gotta understand every fucking miracle that happens. If you don't identify and pick out the miracles, you'll be depressed. It literally takes you saying, damn, God, I see you working. 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 And you're gonna keep working. You're gonna keep saying it. Like it's a fucking muscle. You focus on the bullshit grow. We don't focus on what's good.
I was following you around like a little puppy. You was like, I ain't even ever look at you like that. I was like, well, I showed it. I look, that's how I feel. Like, she don't make me feel like that. But
and that just let me know. She
told me. She was like a big sister to me when I came around. I was like, I used to love her.
When I say the first time I met her, it was like
for real.
You stuck with me.
No, one day she told me, she said, you told me that we all have 24 hours in a day
to change the narrative.
I didn't even remember telling her that shit.
She told me that to my face.
To her face.
We were sitting there. I want to say it was before the shop. It was before the shop. It was way before the shop. And I was talking to you because, you know, my problems.
Thank you.
I always talk to you about my problems. And you was like, Khadijah, what you do to change it? And I was like, nothing.
Yeah,
I ain't do nothing. I just left it alone because, you know, I don't push the issue. It is
People
what
don't want
it
to push
is.
the issue, but if you go,
It's like Khadijah got 24 hours.
But that was powerful to
In a
say.
day.
I don't push the issue, but do you understand? If you don't push the issue stays right there.
The issue gonna push you.
The issue gonna push you. I can't walk away. Look, I can't walk away. The issue push you.
The issue gonna
But I
push
told
you.
her you got 24 hours each day
See, if you
So
want
you
to
got
change
to change the narrative. And when she said it back
I
to
live by that
one
every day
decision
now.
away from a new life. 100%.
That issue gonna keep showing up, whether it's showing up in that person or show up in that
Another
person.
person.
You don't take it.
Can I just stay by myself?
You can, but who wants that? Okay, so I had to talk with another girl at work today. Work was really helpful for what I'm doing. And we were talking shit about marriage and Kanye, and you know, because I got a soft spot in my heart for Kanye. One, he's a Gemini, he's brilliant. Two, he lost his mama, so don't pick on him, especially if your mama living. Period. So anyway, we was talking, and I was saying how a lot of people don't believe it. No, she was telling me she don't believe in marriage because a lot of the married men she
Who
knows.
said that? Okay. I think
Not
you
you.
talking about.
No, it
No,
wasn't
no.
me.
Oh, okay.
So
it
look,
went me.
one of my coworkers, she said because she didn't really care to be married because every married man she knows is like disrespectful to his wife. He's cheating, he's this, he's that, and she don't want to be caught up in that, right?
That's not fair.
Right. So what I told her was, I used to hate when people say all men cheat, right?
Right.
I used to hate that shit, and I used to hate like just generalizations, period. And then it clicked one day. If I'm the people who say I don't trust nobody, they are the most untrustworthy people.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
If I know I'm loved, right? I know it's pure love. I know I come, then I can believe in that.
Right.
I don't give up on love because I see it in me. I know it's real. Ain't no way God made one person that's loving. There's
Right.
got to be more people like me.
Gotta be.
Right.
And she was like dumbfounded. She couldn't grasp the fact that if she's real
Right.
and great,
Right.
that somebody else must be real and great
Right.
And
too.
there's a lot of people out here that don't believe in
Period,
like,
Drew.
unconditional love.
And that unconditional
Right.
love is
See,
a
that's
different
where I'm
topic.
at. That's where I'm at. That's like
Everybody loves
when
somebody
it comes to
off of-
unconditional
I love your
love.
jewelry,
Condition.
Thank you, girl.
So many.
Sorry.
When it comes to unconditional love or whatever, I just feel like if you're not married, well, I mean, even if you are married or whatever, but like unconditional love when it comes to a man, it should be our daddy. Some situations that's been occurring lately, I feel like now is the time I really need my dad, and like you have to be careful with that if you didn't have a dad around, because like every female needs that male that they can always depend on unconditionally. Like I should be able to run and tell just one man just everything, and ain't nothing he can do. That should have been my daddy. And so if you don't have that, you have to you'll get around a man.
I don't even want to interrupt you, but I have
Go
to.
ahead.
We're not using should no more.
What?
It should be.
What I said?
No, you said it should be your daddy. It should
Okay.
be. You right.
Yeah.
You right. But it's not always.
Yeah. So I mean,
It hurt me because
me too. Because I didn't have a daddy growing up. That's what I'm saying.
right.
Like,
so it's like it should be him.
yeah,
But when
so
it's not, you gotta
but
find
It's
it.
not,
Mine
so
was
and usually that's why I don't hold nothing. I don't really be holding girls. Well, we at a day and age now. We all grown.
At this
Like,
big
you gotta really stop blaming people for the stuff that you've been through at
Right.
this point. It's just time to bounce up because we all got a story.
Well,
At the end of
it
the
can
day.
be somebody's fault, but now it's your responsibility to make things
Right,
better.
right.
So
So
my
we
dad,
don't- we not gonna say-
was he was not there by force, not necessarily by choice. So
Not
Right.
sure.
Mine, he died.
I'm so mad that you keep
And
saying it like that.
It's worse because we.
Because I love my daddy, and I grew up, like I spent 30 years of my life feel like I didn't have no pictures with my parents. Like last year, my mama's brother sent me a picture with my daddy. I'm on the corner, he's holding the golden child, that is Picasso. But he had Jordan in his arm, but me and my sister are in the picture.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, oh my God. Like people don't understand my obsession with photos. The reason because I didn't have any with my parents.
But you know what? They got this thing. Okay, I know like TikTok. Okay, so they got this little this filter on TikTok where you can actually take a picture.
Oh yeah, it's
with an
creepy. I'm
older
not doing
picture.
that, and it blinks.
But
and
I've
looks at you.
never not that one. But you can
Okay.
take a picture with like an old picture, and I don't have any pictures with my mom.
Oh, okay.
So I did it like probably like 2 years ago, and I still have the picture, and I feel a whole lot.
Side
better
note, did
because
y'all
I
hear
did
that?
the
Any of
picture
you
with
who
my
don't
mom.
have pictures with your parents, there's an app for that. Dang, that's what's up. Oh, that just warmed my heart.
Oh,
But yeah, so like you said, it should be
it should
your
be.
dad. But if you don't have a dad, you try to find it in
You
men,
start
right?
finding a man, and then you start dealing with all kind of BS that come along with it
That
because
you don't have to.
you
do.
just have to have that male, company,
Yeah.
and then you start putting out all kind of nonsense or whatever. And that's when girls be in this situation because a lot of times they just have to have that male comfort. And I'm aware of it. So
And you know what? I'm glad you said that. I want everybody out there to try to make friends that aren't the same sex and literally just be friends.
Right. That's like my best relationships are.
For
with
real,
guys.
I wish because a
Like,
lot of us we rush and do it because we like each other and then we fall out and then
Right.
later on we say,
Right.
dang, we might have been good business partners.
Right.
Like in real life, we just rush because we like each other and think we should merge, and all the time maybe we should just like talk
Like
to
some
each
people,
other.
some people you meet, you can find a friend in. So that's the thing when girls go on dates, they had an expectation.
You
set,
must find a friend in them too.
like set to where is this gonna be my husband? This gonna be my man? But that man could have that dude could have been a good friend.
I'm
but
glad
you
you
didn't
said
see
that.
him in that aspect or whatever, so you disregard.
But
him.
I need you to notice that you need him to be a good friend in order to be your husband. My husband was my good friend.
Right.
I called him to come get me. I had never been to his house before. Come get me because I knew I could trust him. He wasn't gonna try me, y'all. Now we're happily married.
Now you trying.
I ain't trying. He's not trying me. He's not trying.
Now you trying.
So, and he always say like we fell out before. We done got into it, and it was because we were not friends first. So we get in relationships with lovers, and we hold our lovers to these standards that we don't hold our friends to. We give our friends certain grace that we don't give our lovers, and that's not fair.
Right.
It's because they see them as, oh, you're perfect. And they say, oh, you're perfect.
Right.
And then we spend time together, and it's like, oh, nigga, you're not perfect. And it's like, oh, bitch, you're not perfect. And it's like, yeah, but calm down. And then it's like, no, but you this and you that. And then y'all start picking at each other.
But it's like, but then when y'all friends, you
when
like,
friends,
I know
like,
you're perfect, but you still my dog. You know what I'm saying? You can do that. Like, it's cool.
That part. And that's how me and my husband are.
Right.
She's good.
You know, you look, you my dog. So, we go.
This is good. And me and him, when we got into it, it was never because about no bitch or no, it was never no outside sources, whatever we had going on. Like, so, girl, you gotta be friends. You gotta be friends. If you're looking for a husband, be friends. For real, be friends.
Most definitely.
Be friends.
Like the goal for me is to marry my business.
Cause think about it. I bet you $100. Every girl on here right now, if you think of what type of homeboy you want, he probably work hard and could teach you some shit, right?
I'd be challenging myself.
That's the type of man you want. But if you say what kind of man you want, he need to be cute, he has some money, or you gonna say some different shit. And if you say what you want in a friend, you want somebody you can talk to. You want somebody you can hang out with and laugh with.
Right.
You don't have to necessarily have to have sex with that day. I mean, right now we can still get along. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? All right. Child. Yeah. So I want everybody to evaluate yourselves. Become your own best friend. Like, my coaching method is do it yourself. My homeboy called me the other day, and he was saying how, like, when he's around us, he has a certain type of motivation, a certain type of energy. I'm like, that's cool and all, but you only recognize it in me because you have that same energy. So when I'm not around, I need you to be able to go look in that mirror and say, hey, you got it. I need you to be able to hold your own head up, because my grandma, she used to raise us like, I'm not gonna always be around. You better learn to take care of yourself. You better, and it had us spooked. My mom and daddy already gone. Grandma, you gonna leave?
Right.
But she wanted us to be independent. She used to tell us, get your own money. You want a man with money, but you want your own money. That way, if he cheat, beat, or do anything, and you need to change the narrative, you have your own way to do so. When it's only his money, and you gotta wait on him to give it to you, guess what? You gotta wait on him to give it to you. And if he start mistreating you, guess what?
He ain't gonna give it to you.
How he not giving you money to leave him? What are you gonna do that for? Not to mention, like, we're here to create. We were created by a creator. We are creators. Create some shit.
Right.
Create some shit. If it's nothing but love, create that. Like, have your own life. That's literally the key to a successful marriage, if you ask me. Your own life. Right. When I first not met him, we were friends for a while. We get around each other. I'm like, oh my God, you make me so happy. He's like, pump your brakes. I'm like, what? He's like, no, make yourself happy. Huh? And I'll make myself happy, and then we'll be happy together. He said, because if I'm your happiness and something happens to me, then you don't have happiness anymore, and I don't want that. What am I supposed to say to that? Melted my heart. Not to mention, then I start focusing on my happiness. Like, damn, that's cool, because I'm happy with him. He's not telling me we can't be together. No, he's just saying, focus on your happiness, I'm going to focus on mine.
Right.
2-3 years later, he come and tell me he ain't happy. Get what I thought? Nick, that's a personal problem. You need to figure out what it is. Put the script on him. And I know it sounds fucked up because we're married, but at the same time, he was in a space where his children were growing up. And his first child, he had him graduating out of high school. So he's been in dad mode since then. And now that the kids are growing up and they don't necessarily need you like they did, it's like, oh, fuck, now what? Who am I?
Right.
What do I like? What makes me happy? So he was in a space where he's trying to figure out what really makes him happy because his children were growing up. That had nothing to do with me.
Trying to figure out his next phase.
But because he taught me to find my own happiness, I was in a position to say, hey, let's find out, let's get to the root of this. What makes you happy? And he like getting fly. He loves to cut hair. So guess what we did? We opened a barbershop. And we got my brother who designs clothes. And we put the cloths in there. And we got some sneaker plugs and we sell sneakers. And that makes him happy. You should watch the commercial. You'll see his face. Like, he loves it. But we spoke it into existence. We did the work. We continue to do the work. Anybody you see with nice things, what it takes to have them is the same thing it takes to keep that shit. So don't think because we got nice stuff, we got money to blow. Nah, not yet. Hopefully one day it's coming soon, but we got lots of bills. But we pay them happily.
Right.
That's another thing. Stop saying, I hate these bills, I'm tired of these bills. He who can be trusted with little can be trusted with much. God will not give you more than you. If you don't like this little apartment, why would you like this big mansion?
When you don't like the little apartment, he'll take it from
If you don't like the little apartment, he'll take it from you. I mean, you didn't want it, so you have to be intentional and purposeful with your speech. And I know we say little things. I really hate when people say, "I'm dying." Please stop, because we are all indeed. But it's just like, well, I'm dead. Don't say that one. Please don't pull that one. Shit. Don't laugh your ass off now. Sorry.
I'm fine.
I'm so corny. But yeah, we are here because conversations. You laugh and giggle and shit, but in the midst of it, you'll hear something that'll spark something in you that make you want to go get everything that you've been wanting.
Right.
Like you've been wanting. Like I hear girls be like, "Oh, I gotta give me a man to buy me a Chanel bag." If you don't love you enough to go work for that bag, who gonna love you enough to go get you that bag? And why you don't love you enough to go get you that bag? Let's get to
my
that.
face expression is my speech over here.
Period.
I just
Y'all know I just be ranting. I'm just happy to be here, okay? But I'm doing this because these conversations are just.
see if they got any questions.
Anybody got any questions? They just looking and
They just looking.
And Drew like, hey,
If
yeah.
y'all got any questions, just,
Also, Andrew, I got something for you. Let me tell you how God works, man. I work again. And my coworkers, some of them know my husband. And one of them realized that I'm like on some philosophical shit, and he likes alchemy, and he's like, man, we need to have these conversations. Men need to hear this stuff. And I was like, dang, I got a homeboy who wants to come to my coaching stuff. He wants to be included, but he don't really feel included because it's a lot of women.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna try to get my husband to do something. He was like, hell yeah, tell him next week. Da, da, da. So we have it planned next Thursday. I'm gonna go ahead and push them to do it. So Drew, I don't know if you're gonna be in town, or not. I know you say you probably be here on weekends, but it'll be live. I'll host it, but it's gonna be me and a bunch of men, and they're gonna be talking to you. These men are hardworking. They're smart. They own homes, businesses. They're men that you can look up to. They have wives and stuff. So it'll be good for men who want some advice and stuff next week. Y'all can tune in. I don't know how often we're gonna do that, but I'm not gonna shut up, y'all. I'm gonna post my statuses with my opinions.
yeah, you gonna do that.
I'm gonna do that. No, it's worse now though. because I feel like I want all the smoke, all of it, because the truth will set you free. Okay. So I want to get to the back part now. So now that everybody knows or has a little idea of who they might be and who they might want to be and what's standing in between them, I want you to know the most important thing in leveling up is honesty. Honesty. If you're not real about where you are, how the fuck you gonna get to the next step? If I don't know I'm on 13th Street, how am I gonna get to 17th? If I'm pretending that I'm on Schillinger with my friend, but I'm really down the bay, how's she gonna tell me to get to her house in Morningside? So you gotta be real about where you at. It don't matter how ugly it is. When I get down, I'll be excited to tell you where I'm at. Cause guess what? When you see me shoot up, you're like, damn, she really did that. Because if I'm already here and then I get here, it's not that as impressive if I'm here and I get here.
Right.
I'm trying to show out. For the old me, for little me who thought I wasn't going to be shit because my parents didn't do what they were supposed to do. When in all actuality, they did exactly what they were supposed to do.
Right.
I am this shit. Not ain't going to be shit, I am this shit. And I say it with my chest now. I've been dimming my light for years because it makes them uncomfortable. When you know who you are, when you got a big ego. But too many women have told me I love who I am now. I'm confident in who I am because I see you.
Right.
For real?
Like I told you,
For real?
that day when you had, for real, the day you had did my locks, and I was like, this is the first time I actually made like a Women Crush Wednesday, like with a ton of my pictures, and none of them had weed, none of them had makeup.
Period.
It was just
Period.
in my locks.
Period. So if like the power you have, this is another thing I wanted everybody to see. Imagine the world a puzzle, right? And all of us are little pieces. This is God's beautiful puzzle. Everybody coming together, right? So we get this beautiful picture. But I'm trying to be you. Where the fuck my puzzle piece gonna fit?
Right.
I can't be her and fit in my puzzle piece. So now the whole picture is incomplete because I'm not playing my role. Because I don't know who I am. I'm not doing what I need to do. So you gotta understand the power in playing your position and being who you are. Even if you have no clue who you are, you gotta listen to your life. There's this lady named Valerie Burton. She wrote a book called Listen to Your Life. She is a success coach. She is the life coach I found her book at a WIC office, y'all. And I'm flipping through it, and I'm like, dang, because I want to be an author. There was a black woman on the book, so I looked through it. She's a life coach. And I'm like, damn, one day I'm going to be a life coach. I damn sure can't do it now. I'm struggling and shit. Single mom, I felt like I wasn't in a position.
That's how you feel.
That's how I felt. But when I saw somebody else, but you balling too though, you popping right now. But when I saw somebody else who looks like me say I can do it, I'm like, damn, you really gonna do it. But anyway, that book, Listen to Your Life, it told me to listen to my life. It told me that I know who I am, I just have to listen. I have to look around, I have to pay attention. I have to remember.
The universe speaks to you.
The universe, and people don't get offended. God, when people say the universe, they're not taking anything from God. God created the universe.
Right.
When you say that you replacing the universe with God, you're taking something away from God. I need you to know that. I never would do, God created the universe. So when we speak on the universe talking to you, that's us saying God using everything around you to speak to you.
Right.
We're not taking away anything from God. We're not saying, oh God.
Because the thing is, God ain't. You never see him as
It's omniscient. Yeah,
like,
you're not gonna
he show up through people.
People,
things,
animals, the words, speeches.
Yeah, so you gotta pay attention to when
Definitely had a hard day. I remember I was on the way to work. Yeah, my day was horrible. When I say horrible,
Today?
I mean horrible.
One
No,
day.
not today.
Oh, one day. Okay.
It was like probably a day last week. Like, yeah, my tire went flat on the way to work. It was raining. I had to drive. Like, I thought I just knew everything. Everything was messing up. I left my store keys at home.
Oh,
So I had got to work on time. I still had to go all the way back home, get the store keys, got in the store. My alarm was going off. It was just all types of mess. And then, like, out of nowhere, everything just became peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
Everything just stood still for a whole second. I'm like, okay, what's gonna happen? I
Okay,
got
what's
so
gonna happen?
scared. I got so scared, and everything just went so smooth for the rest of the day.
But did you panic?
Yeah.
You were panicking?
Yeah, I paid the whole morning.
My mom told me
Whole
two
morning.
things, y'all. She told me,
The whole morning. I was like, bro, I might lose my
She
job.
told me to
My
check
alarm
my
went off.
oil.
This,
and she said, don't panic. When you swim, if you panic, you drown. Life is the same way.
Right.
When we panic and we worry and we just go frantic, we literally trip the fuck out and we make things worse. When we stand still, my brother told me, be like a tree, Asia. Just be.
Mm-hmm.
The flowers don't look around and worry about what the other flowers doing. They just bloom.
Right.
Do your thing. Get in your bag. Focus on you. And that's why I am here. So, but like she was saying, a lot of times when things go wrong, it's because something about to go right. Do not be distracted. Do not be distracted. If you haven't done anything to anybody to where karma's coming to kick your ass,
Right.
when things are going wrong, it's because something's about to get right. Do not be distracted.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use an example. The worst situation in my life, like, when I was on my ass, was right before I got with my husband. I didn't have nowhere to stay or nothing. There was no way I would have been spending like at this dude's house with 2 baby mamas if I had my own place. But it was comfortable there and it was peaceful there, and I'm like, what the hell's going on, God? But he had to put me on my ass for me to even. I wouldn't fool with him. I had standards. But the thing is, like, you'll make exceptions for people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the 3rd baby mama. I'm the 3rd wife. But he loves me so much. We love each other so much. Like, we help each other grow so much. We literally are best friends. How could I say, oh, you fucked up with her? I know you'll fuck up with me. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Right.
That don't got nothing to do with me. If you failed, that means you tried.
Right.
Some people never get married. Some guys will never get married. That means he honored marriage. He honored her enough to try.
Right.
To me, I don't know. But never say never. I asked God who he wanted me to have. Give me who you wanted for me. That's how I ended up with my husband.
Oh.
He was already my friend, but I didn't know he was supposed to be my husband.
Oh.
And the first night I was with him, his brother-in-law said, "That's your wife. You've been praying about her." And he looked at me like, "Shut the hell up." Yeah. I'm like, and then when Lena met him, she was like, "Can you be my dad and marry my mom?" I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Look at her. You know it.
He embarrassing. But you have to be intentional, and you have to be honest about where you are. The truth really will set you free. Like, the greatest people, the happiest looking people you don't know what they're going through behind closed doors. So you have to just be real with yourself so you move forward. Ain't nobody out here perfect. Everybody living life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy out here. It's the fucking Wild Wild West. Shit. It's crazy. All of us going through it. So understand, you ain't the only one going through it. Don't that make it easier for me? When I was a kid, I thought I don't like me. That's Jesus' daddy. Jesus white, but white folks don't like black girls. So I'm in this situation because God don't like me. He don't know me or something. It wasn't until I heard the scripture that said he had hair of wool and brass feet. That sounds like a nigga. Jesus a real nigga. These folks lying.
Why they lying you like
They
that?
lying. So I did my own research.
This blood hair with a part down the middle. That was not him.
That's
No.
Caesar.
Mm-mm.
We don't know him.
No.
So you gotta be honest. You don't have to go beating folks up or demanding the church do this or respect that. You gotta know it in your heart. You don't have. Y'all, I'm sorry. They like, no, she did with the black Jesus. I'm being honest.
It is what it is.
As a kid, I didn't believe in God because 2 and 2. Okay. So another thing I wanted to touch on. I don't know how long we've been on here. I've just been laughing. What time is it?
It is 7 o'clock.
I said I was gonna do 45 minutes. We had an hour. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I gotta finish this last one. I want you guys to know that the cost of something is not always equal to the value of it. Okay?
Say
And
that one more.
the
More
cost
time
of
so I can
things-
resonate.
the cost of things are not always the value of
That's
them.
good. That's good.
So I'm gonna give you 2 examples. Oh, and I'm gonna elaborate a little more. Just because it only costs you a certain amount for you to show up does not mean that's what you're worth. So just because you're making $7 an hour does not mean you're worth $7 an hour. It means you went to work because you gotta eat. Okay, so don't get it twisted. So I have an example. We're gonna use the Jordan 1s, right? The right here.
Girl, I just took mine. I'm not talking about the
My bad. They retail for like what, $170, but they cost
They
$400 or
resell them for
$500
less.
this particular pair.
Right.
So when I was in high school, right, I used to like the Jordan 1s, but I never said nothing because one, my grandma wasn't finna buy me tennis shoes. Girls don't wear tennis shoes. She'll buy me sneakers sometimes, but they were the cheap Jordans, so I definitely wasn't picking them, right? Because you gotta wear the ones that cost, right? So now I grow up, I start my business, I help my husband start a business, and he wants to sell shoes. So now I'm in this shoe business, and I'm like, my plug told me he'll give me any shoes I want as long as I get him the Jordan 1s. So I'm like, okay, that's only one type of shoe. It's 1, 2 Jordan. How many different Jordans come out?
No.
So I was like, cool, whatever. Take the Jordan 1s. I don't care. We got all kind of other ones, right? So we getting them, and then I'm looking at how much they resell for. So you paying $110, $65. It's going to $250. You paying $170, $1,500. Well, it depending on the shoe, and these are the Jordan 1s, y'all.
Collector.
You don't know what you have. Some people go to the mall, buy shit, and don't know what they have. So the cost of it didn't equal the value of it at all. Right. At all. So you have to know your worth. There's not a number on God's green earth that you can put on the pie. Honey, don't do that. Don't do that. You want it all. You want the house, the cars, the family, whatever the fuck you want. That's how much it costs for that. It's not a dollar amount. There's not a bag. I want them all. I want it all. But there's not a number. So stop doing that, women. Stop putting a cap on your worth. Stop putting a bag on your worth. Stop doing that shit. It's tacky. We want all the bags, sis. Stop. Y'all fucking up our stock with that bullshit. Sis. You are the bag, sis. Like, you fucking up the stock with that shit. You got anything else you want to say? I'm trying to wrap it up, y'all. But I got so many notes. I didn't mean to go to 7 o'clock.
Oh, that actually you did really good. But we just want to
Ain't nobody. Y'all got any questions? You want to talk about
questions
something?
before we
Just know your worth, baby. And just because you go to work for 10 don't mean you work 10. Set your own pace.
Hello.
I said I wanted to make $50 an hour at least, $65 an hour at least. I just say it and you'll do it. Find things. I didn't know you can make $45 an hour sitting on the phone with no degree. Like you can do that. If you seek, you shall find.
Right.
Like in real life, you change your life when you change the way you think.
Right.
And that's it today, I guess. Anybody? Anybody saying that? And I told y'all. Well, see, y'all might be new listeners, but I always start with y'all. Got to give me feedback, or it gets awkward. Y'all good? It's the fucking Wild Wild West. It is, Andrew.
It really is.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in. You worried the drugs stop? Keep going. Oh no, I gotta go home.
Stop.
Ain't like I need more entertainment. We will be back next week though. For the fellas, I'm gonna be on at the barbershop if everything goes as planned. So I don't know how this is gonna go. We're just gonna pray and ask God to give us the words. Hopefully we help somebody tonight.
I hope so. I think so though.
You think so? What you think?
So.
I think so.
You think so? Okay, well give us some feedback. I love you guys.
Bye.
Bye. Love you, Titi. Oh, Titi, you still on? You gonna make me cry. I love you.
Down.
Titi held it down.